Hi, and welcome back to part 3 of our agency CBT videos, where we're kind of talking about what the process of CBT is and kind of working with our clients on it. This time we're going to be dealing with automatic thoughts. Everybody has automatic thoughts. Some of them are good and some of them are maladaptive. The good ones like, oh, it's a cute puppy, or that's a sweet little kid, or I love candy. We don't worry about those too much because those aren't maladaptive to our clients' lives. What are maladaptive are the negative thoughts, the thoughts that lead them to believing that things happen because of something that's going on. These thoughts have a strong emotional situation with them. They lead to having a lot of things happen inside the person's head that has nothing to do with the reality, like overgeneralizing or catastrophizing or assuming things or trying to live a fairy tale in somebody's mind. Those are the kind of thoughts that really leave our clients in a position where these thoughts are circling in their head and there's no way really around them. What we do in CBT is get the client to identify that that's what's happened, that they've had this automatic thought, that it's given them this intense emotional feeling, and that from that feeling they've moved on to now internalizing it. And this is the biggest thing that's happening, and this is the only way that it can be seen. We do a lot of reframing with our clients with that. If you have an automatic thought like this, what could another thought be? What could another explanation be? What could be, if somebody cut you off, are they trying to run you off the road, or were they maybe just not looking? If somebody didn't, call you back, could it be that they're just busy? Or is it more likely that they just didn't see your phone call or haven't had the time yet? I really look forward to showing this kind of with a client because it really plays out well in a client place. This is my client, Kyle. And Kyle, let's talk about some of the automatic thoughts that you've had. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me one that you've had that kind of reoccurs with you?
Yeah, sometimes, both of my parents work, so sometimes I have to make dinner. And I feel like I put in a lot of work into dinner and I tried my best to make one really good, and then neither of them say thank you or they don't let me know that it's good. And sometimes that makes me think that, they think that I'm a bad cook or that I made a really nasty dinner, and that hurts my feelings.
I can see where that would be really kind of disruptive in your life. And when you get that thought, what kind of emotions do you feel?
I feel embarrassed. I feel like that maybe I did something wrong, and that, both my parents, after having a long day at work, want to come home and have a nice meal, and that it's my fault that I did something wrong. And now that they can't relax because you have to get home and, I don't really want to eat this, and now I'm still hungry and I have to find something else to eat. So it's just kind of pouring more stress on them. So sometimes I feel like that.
And have you seen them leave the plate and go get something else to eat?
Not really. But sometimes I just feel that way.
Yeah. So do you think maybe keeping a log of these kind of thoughts, or when they show up and what situations they come up in, might help you?
I guess, yeah. Because sometimes it's easy to lose track of when you think of things, I guess. So I guess I could, either write it down or put a note in my phone or something like that to help me remember it.
Do you have these kind of thoughts in other areas of your life as well?
Yeah, sometimes.
And when you have these kind of thoughts, do you feel better about the world and better about what's going on, or do you feel kind of beat down?
No, it makes me feel bad. It definitely doesn't make me feel happy or great. It makes me feel annoyed, or the emotions can range, either annoyed or mad or depressed, or lots of different things can come out of those kind of negative thoughts.
Well, here I have this thought record, and here I want you to write down what your thought was. What the situation was and what thought you felt about it, and then what emotion you felt from that.
Okay.
And then when we come back,
do you want to do that right now?
No, I'm going to let you take this home and do it for the week. And then when we come back, we're going to see how those kind of match up with, if you can give something a name, sometimes it's a little easier. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of a fairy tale?
Yep.
Hansel and Gretel and all that.
Mm-hmm.
My life should just be. And sometimes when you have those automatic thoughts, you're like, but it's not in the fairy tale. If my life should just be. And sometimes you get this one little thing happen. That's it. I'm going to be a homeless hermit living underneath a bridge somewhere. That I'm done. That's so being able to sometimes put a different face on those and having a label for them can help you have a change in those thoughts. And we're not going to try to do this all at once because it's kind of big to change all of the thoughts inside your head. So we're just going to start with this week. We're just going to record them. Record the situation, record what the thought was, and record what your emotion was. And then when you come back, we'll go through this labeling of like, was it a catastrophizing thing?
Should I do this for every thought or only the thoughts that make me feel bad?
You could do it for every thought, like not every single thought that goes through your mind, but the ones that like really stand out. So if you have some that like, you see something and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing in the world and my life's going to be complete because of this thought, write those down too.
Oh, so I can write down happy stuff too?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks for meeting with me. I will see you next week. Make sure you kind of fill out your homework and we'll go over it next week.
Thanks, Tina.
You're welcome.